On a radio up. Scan the area.
This one.
I see a caller. Watch out.
Putting on night vision.
I see a caller. Keep an eye on him.
How long we gotta stay out here? There's nothing.
Do you ever shut up?
Wait, what?
What?
Got one. Over there.
Getting in position.
Ready, boss.
Hostile in sight. Ghost lead. Hostiles in the wind.
Grenade! Hit the door!
Hostile down, Ghost lead.
Solid work.
We're compromised. They know we're here.
No, they can't be far.
Breacher sighted.
Stay sharp. Hostile!
Enemy over there. Enemies hit.
destroying the jet.
Bad guy spotted. Roger, moving.
Moving in.
Hostiles nearby. Watch your sectors.
Prepared to fire.
Be careful. Heavy on target. Enemy target locked.
There is someone here. This is about to get real.
Got a hostile position there. Eyes on a drone carrier. Copy, boss. Moving there. On your go, Ghost Lead. Killed him. Good hits.
Stop hiding in the dark. Step into the light.
Got a hostile.
Dark.
No, they're here somewhere.
Put my night goggles
Joining the objective.
Shits are out here.
Damn!
Return.
Combat drone activated. Time to shine, buddy. Hostile spotted. There. Letting her rip.
We got a rocket incoming.
Hostile identified. Over there.
Stay down. I'll come heal you.
Minigun operator.
You're all better.
Heavy gunner in. Throw the live one. Blasting him.
Damage.
Sending orders our way. I'm out in trouble.
Switching to night vision.
Battery's drained. Drone's out of the game.
Shit, yeah.
Grenade time!
Moving to the target. Ready, boss.
Okay, Ghost Lead. We're clear. turret. Got a hostile over there. Drone up, identified. Combat drone deployed.
Oh, they won't know what hit him.
Got you a live one. He's dead.
Hope this works.
I took out the VIP. Located a bad guy over there. Hostile spotted there. Hostile identified. Over there. Keep going. I'll be right behind you. Drone's out of juice. We lost it. Got it. Can't get to that now.
What do you want? Maneuvering to the target. Ready, Ghost Lead.
Don't let anything live! Ah!
Hostile down, Ghost Lead.
Well done.
Take the ride.
I don't want
I'll
trouble.
find my own.
Please. Go. I'll find a way to link up later.
Chopper, stay down.
find a way to catch up.
Take the ride. I'll find my own. Go without me. I'll find you. Copy. This area's clear. Coming to you. Located a bad guy over there. Here it comes.
More darkness. Good way to spend the night as any. Where the hell's that vehicle going?
you see this coming when Skell first showed up?
Whoa, it's you. And thanks for being there for our people.
You ever wonder what's on the other side of all this? Anything different since that broadcast went out?
A group of outcasts saved my ass out there. Might be a good idea to join forces.
This shit with Walker has my head spinning.
I still can't believe it.
What if it was him all along?
What do you mean?
What if Walker was the target?
That's...
Think about it. They send us to find a missing ship. Conventional guys can do that. Shit, even the Coast Guard. But why us?
Jesus.
They've had a hard-on for him since the Middle East, and you know it. And now he's here? It just doesn't add up.
Yeah, but Walker? He's just...
I saw him. I saw him do it. Smoke ghosts just like they were any other assholes.
But they'd have said something.
Would they? They know our history.
Christ. Give me the good old days when a bad guy was a bad guy. You just knew. This is friggin' whacked.
Man. No, Weaver was a good dude.
I'll say. He didn't take a dump without checking his gear.
Well, he didn't take any chances.
How'd he do it?
Don't.
How did he do it?
You executed him. Like he was some rabid dog.
Backstabbing piece of shit.
This is a pretty fancy setup for some backwoods yokels.
You're telling me.
Wouldn't doubt it.
This is his...
Yeah, well, all things being equal, I'd rather be in one of our camps. At least I know I signed up for it.
From farmer to freedom fighter. What do you think of that?
How are you holding up?
I have a hard time. I can't remember certain things. No matter how hard I try, I just can't.
Can you remember how you got here?
It's
okay.
No. I remember something. Operation Greenstone? The chopper's going down, we're gonna hit. And then...
Midas?
I remember the ocean. Looking for the boat. They were there.
Who? Who was there?
I tried.
Midas.
I can't. It's too much.
How are the memories? Picking up anything new?
No, just tired. Very tired.
Can you try for me? Can you try to remember anything about Walker?
Walker?
He was a ghost. Just like you. Just like me. We were on a team with him for years. Remember?
I don't.
What about the strategist? Ring any bells?
It doesn't.
Come on, buddy. Try to remember.
Everything's blurry. I can't move. He's there. An old man.
Who?
The strategist. He says, others will thank me for my sacrifice. I want to kill him. I want to kill the bastard.
Then what? What happened?
I need to rest. Very tired.
How's the recovery going? The homesteaders taking good care of you?
What is this place? Who are these people?
Well, they're called the homesteaders. They came to Aroa to live in nature. They live in this cave to stay hidden from Sentinel.
Sentinel?
Local PMC. Part of the crew that took down our choppers. Now, the homesteaders don't like them, which means we have a common enemy.
Oh, the nurses are nice and the chow's good. Plus, I got Holt looking out for me.
Good. Sounds like you're doing better.
Better at what?
Recovering from your injuries. Getting your memory back.
Memories? What are you...
Who are these people that are taking care of you? Can you remember?
I don't know.
It's all right, Midas. You just rest. That's all you've got to do. Get some rest, buddy. I'll check in on you later.
You ever think this is how your life would go? Never mind. Don't answer.
How was it playing both sides like that?
It's so simple for you, isn't it? You see your enemy and you fight him.
Simple ain't the word I'd use.
Do you think I was happy seeing what Sentinel was doing to my company, to Jace? Don't you think I wanted to do something to stop them? Just speaking out was dangerous.
So you cooperated?
Staying quiet and doing my job has given me access to information that can stop Stone. If I have to be hated as the face of Skeltech in order to intervene, then so be it.
You know, fighting is sometimes the only option.
I did what I could to survive. I'm not you. I'm not a soldier.
Neither was Fox. You and Jay's two peas in a pod now?
Jace can think whatever he wants of me.
Can he? Was he just your boss, or was he your friend, too?
I stood up for his employees. He was the one who left.
Interesting guy, that Stone.
Stone craves power and will do anything he can to retain it. He sees everything in the world as an opportunity for ownership. That includes this island.
So he doesn't share? With you, for example?
He treated me better than others. I won't deny that.
You seem to enjoy his generosity.
I didn't enjoy anything about him. He needed me because I could help him control the island. God knows what he'll do now that I've left.
He had you tied up in a cave. I think he has a plan. So were you best friends with Walker? Like everybody else?
He was protective of me, against Stone. To a degree.
Walker would have shown you a little more loyalty if he trusted you. He could probably tell you were scheming.
Scheming?
You're a little obvious, Puri. You've always got an angle. If Walker ever had any flaw, it's honesty.
He seized control of Skeltech. You call that honest?
Plenty of well-meaning governments have seized control of corporations. So for Walker, yeah, it was honest. So what do you know about Miles?
I only met him once, and that was one time too many.
That good, huh?
Superiority complex without the intellect to back it up. Nothing more than a puppet on a string.
Question is, whose leash is he on?
Exactly. Whoever it is, they are the real threat.
Knowing that they're out there makes me feel all fuzzy inside.
You and me both.
In case nobody else asks, I mean, with Fox dead, you got an opinion on what happens to Harmony?
Harmony isn't my daughter. I know she has a mother in the US somewhere, but...
Well, I'm just asking for your opinion.
she's a good kid. And Fox was always there for me. But I'm not exactly the nurturing type. Who's been keeping an eye on her here?
Maria, Mad's wife. I don't think she's got a problem with keeping an eye on her for now. Fox never let on that you were the one sending the videos.
He probably thought he was protecting me.
We could have done more if we knew we had the woman running Skeltech in our pocket.
I took too many risks as it was.
How'd a woman like you end up with Fox anyway?
He thought I was pretty, and he made me laugh.
What's on Gollum Island? You must know.
The island was a test zone for drones. It recreated harsh weather conditions for researching the effects on mechanical components.
Sounds useful.
It was. Project Titan was launched there, but that project was always on the back burner. It was Walker who got it started again. Like its namesake, Titan became huge, leaking money like a sieve.
But you don't know what it is.
You'd have to ask Jace. He is the brain. I'm just the money.
See you around.
Cheers.
ever wonder what's on the other side of all this? Just give me a hot meal and point me towards the action.
So Project Deus, that sounds ominous. What can you tell me?
Look, I'd really prefer not to talk about it.
I get that you're not a fan, but why all this? A rebellion over a rich guy's pet project. It doesn't track.
What's there to track? Apparently, during their giant asshole convention, the meatheads at Skeltec came up with a way to cheat death. Project Deus is their elitist method of transferring the minds of the richest 0.1% into computers. It's not hard to figure out where that leaves the rest of us. So excuse me if I'm a little pissed off.
Jesus. Surviving death by living on as a machine doesn't sound much like surviving to me.
Me either. It's in the name, Brute Squad. Project Deus isn't about cheating the god of death, it's about becoming him. For these people, it means absolute power. That's what the outcasts are fighting against.
I'm sorry, Haruhi. Sigrid was special.
They're all looking at me like I've got some answer. Sigrid should be here, not me. What the hell am I supposed to... God damn it, I'm barely holding it together. So much for my Brute Squad merit badge, huh?
Look, I get it. Sigrid casts a long shadow. But you took this job long before she died. And you took it because you knew she couldn't be the leader the outcasts needed. In the end, there's only one thing she had over you. She understood that it wasn't enough to be against something. She needed to share a vision with those people so they could see the light at the end of the tunnel.
God damn it, Brute Squad. You get that from a t-shirt? Thanks. Seriously. I think I needed that. Time to get back to work.
Kidnapping Madeira and sending out hunting parties. Sounds like Stone's got a big heart-on for you suddenly.
Sudden, maybe. You really think we had anything to do with him declaring martial law? Stone would have found a way no matter what happened.
That's one hell of an endorsement.
At least Walker seemed to have a purpose. But if he ever thought he was in control, he was fooling himself. It's only ever a matter of time before Stone remembers he doesn't play well with others.
Your people look like they're barely holding it together.
What, you mean these nerd farmers aren't ready for Brute Squad boot camp? It was hard enough turning these pocket-protecting 4-H'ers onto vandalism, but infiltration and sabotage? It's a goddamn miracle that we've survived this long. But we're not fooling ourselves. We know at the end of the day, we're just standing with our fingers in a dike.
Yeah, well, the tide's coming in. Surviving off the grid is one thing, but if you don't start punching above your weight, you're gonna get slaughtered. If you don't think your lot's up for that, best thing would be to scatter to the wind.
If not us, then who?
Big shit move, grabbing Gibson.
Sometimes your only shot's to punch above your weight. Anyway, there's no going back now.
If Gibson and Becker are any indication, maybe there's a path to Stone.
That or I'll live to regret this. What the hell?
Let me ask you something. Why South Cape Station? Liberty's right next door, and it wouldn't take much for Sentinels to surround you and cut you off from everything.
It's rare that outcast cells stay put more than a few days. Nature of the beast, I guess. With this place, we were just looking for something more permanent where we could stockpile supplies and safeguard assets. The landfill keeps away Sentinel and Skeller tourists from the capital. We're right near to our fields of operation and close enough to Sentinel that we won't show up on radar. As far as security's concerned, the creek does a decent job of keeping us hidden, and looking out at the cabins is a bonus.
How does Sentinel Corp take control of Aroa?
Skell hired them to deal with us initially once he realized that he had some resistance against transhumanism, his own private militia. They started making arrests, so a few of us went to ground and our sympathizers followed, thinking they'd leave us alone once we were outside of the cities.
But they didn't.
Stone got permission to operate outside Liberty and Infinity, and Skell let him set up shop in the Cold War installations to patrol the wild. Once they got there, they did just enough to keep us at bay, while using us as cover to bring in men and vehicles, which he hid from Skell in some underground bunkers, which of course are now called Camp Ferret and Camp Weasel.
Son of a bitch has a sense of humor.
We were watching the whole thing happen. And when they grew strong enough, they took over. They literally came up out of the ground. Skell had no idea what hit him.
If I was looking for a fight, where should I go?
With Sentinel Corp, you that hard up?
Trigger finger needs its exercise.
Well, Sentinel patrols the city centers and industrial complexes pretty heavily, though there's always civilians around, so I'd keep away from those if you can help it. Then there's the settlements they built when they first got here, in the southwest and northeast, where they keep their reserve garrison and store resources.
That sounds like more fun than anybody should be allowed to have.
If you're looking for more of a skirmish, you could check out one of Auroa's many Cold War-era bunkers left courtesy of Uncle Sam. They also set up some transportable structures and took over some Skell architecture. Basically, if you see a green storage container-looking thing, Sentinel's probably nearby. Of course, if you don't feel like looking that hard, they patrol most of the island 24/7, so you could just pick a spot and wait.
I want to know about the bombing.
It was a mistake.
There was nothing strategic about the Skell Foundation. It was an office building. You weren't even at war yet, so why do it at all?
Attention? Skelltech completely ignored us when we tried to meet with them about transhumanism. We've been getting the runaround in Auroa's parliament, who were a bunch of Skelltech groupies anyway. There was no other way to get people to wake up about what was really happening.
Except the civilians that were in the building. Not doing much waking up, are they?
I get it, okay? We've been through this before. If there's something I can actually do about it, let me know. Till then, drop it.
Is it over? Or do you plan on playing terrorists some more?
We aren't terrorists. We were activists who went too far. Now I'm not sure what we are. But causing civilian casualties again would destroy whatever ethical glue is still holding us together.
How goes the ad campaign?
Can't argue with results. Gotta hand it to Sigrid.
What do you think's gonna finally get the civilians off the sidelines?
At first I was thinking of replaying the speech, but it's long. So we put our heads together and came up with some slogans and catchphrases, a couple pictures and videos that are hard to ignore. The plan's to send them through email and social feeds. One of my favorites is to take a Skell invention and ask the viewer if it'd be cool for some historical villain to have the same invention.
If not, then why let Sentinel Corp have it?
Exactly.
How do the outcasts manage to sustain themselves out here?
Barely. None of us have the skills or equipment to farm or fish. Even if we did, it'd bring us a boatload of attention that we couldn't afford. Once in a while, a civilian will leave some food at a dead drop, but it's risky and never much. Best bet's always to steal from farms and raid Sentinel supplies, but of course they're protected. Then there's still the matter of getting the supplies out to as many cells as possible while avoiding detection.
Nobody thinks about food at first. That's why so many groups who call themselves revolutionaries end up as bandits. Even if you don't think it's possible now, you'll want to be careful you don't drift that way. I was out at Darkwood Island. Looked like Skell built a city and abandoned it. Unless he's planning to turn a row into a movie backlot, I can't quite figure out why he'd do something like that.
How else would he test the AI in his drones? The archipelago is chock full of dedicated training fields.
God damn it. The ones training there were combat models. Sentinel's building a whole damn army. Are you at all worried about the increased traffic around the industrial facility near here? Being that your HQ is so close, I mean.
The only human within miles is a skeleton crew of Sentinel rejects who probably got transferred there as a punishment and bitch all day about finding a detail with more action. Not the sharpest bunch. And just like everybody else, they're convinced there's nothing interesting on Windy Islands. So we let them believe that. We can travel back and forth on those barges day in and day out, and the only thing that follows us is a stink.
Can you tell me why Sentinel's got a prison set up in the survival shelter complex?
Nope, never been. Never planned to either, but I've heard about it. Given Skell's vision, it doesn't seem too far-fetched. An illegal prison in a remote fortress, on top of a mountain, surrounded by ice and snow where no one in their right mind would go looking? No offense.
None taken. But the size of the place, it's insane. Looked like you could fit a row's whole population in there.
I can't see a scenario where Sentinel would use all the space, but clearly they were thinking big, which gives one pause.
Well, I retired Herzog, who was running the place, but I'm sure that's not gonna do anyone any good. We'll just have to see. What's up with the security center?
It's a security center?
A penitentiary in Skell's personal paradise of freedom?
It popped up pretty much right after the outcasts started kicking up dust about Skell's agenda. They sold it to Parliament as a place to hold troublemakers before they could be transferred off the island. But of course, when Sentinel showed up, Skell handed them the keys to help them with their peacekeeping. Weirdly, Sentinel didn't really use it. Not sure if it was too small or what. Most outcast and civilian inmates get sent up to the prison that used to be the survival shelters in Good Hope Mountain.
Any advice for fighting in World 2.0?
The name of the game is take out their drones faster than they can launch them. It's a bitch, but that's why we always carry jammers that'll shut off any live drone or vehicle happening by. At least for a while. Another option would be to make your peace with the devil and use sync-shot drones to take out specific targets.
Sync-shot drones?
They only target humans, though. They can't target drones. There's also a variation on the Legion drone, the ones in the drone swarm. They're like little flying guns that basically take aim in any direction and wait for a signal to execute their target.
Got any lying around?
No can do. We mostly leave those things alone. Kind of goes against what we're trying to be.
Sounds like just another weapon to me.
If you're inclined, you can get them hot out of the oven from Skell-Tech labs or assembly lines. Hell, even some startups might have them. And come to think of it, the Omega Center ought to have plenty.
See you later, Haruhi.
Not if I see you first, Brute Squad.
You think we're gonna be okay?
You think this was how things were gonna go when Sentinel came in?
Oh, I don't know where we'd be without you, man.
You okay? You seem gloomy.
In the old days. Good for a hike.
Keep an eye on any stocks from the outcasts. If you see someone sick, give them a hand. Make sure you do it in a way that's sanitary.
Okay.
So is the broadcast having any effect?
Group of outcasts saved my ass out there. Might be a good idea to join forces.
You heard what happened?
I liked Fox. His girl's going to need caring for.
Maybe you could check in on Jace.
I think Erewhon seems to have done him some good. Any man who keeps his head after losing a friend like that deserves a chance.
That's too bad about Fox.
I had my doubts about him at first. I wondered how Fox could have had a kid with as much spirit as Harmony. Just figured it must have been her mother.
I guess Maria will look after Harmony.
Of course. Fox may not have had any of your skill, but he stood up for what he cared about.
That's all a person can hope to do. Weird having the woman from all those propaganda videos walking around.
I don't trust her.
Stuck between Sentinel and a hard place, she chose her people over profit.
And what does she really do? Send a few videos?
You make it sound easy.
If she could end all this by handing any of us over to Stone, what choice do you think she'd make? 'Cause me? I don't know.
I just came from an abandoned mining town.
Oh, yeah. Around 1870, explorers from New Zealand found a gold vein inside the mountains, and Aroa had a little gold rush.
Let me guess. Nothing left?
That mine barely lasted 50 years.
Why didn't any of you take over the town?
Some of the younger guys like poking around there. You can always find something. But those buildings are all rotted through. No one in his right mind would live there.
Lucky you found this place.
Rowan Brown knew about this place for a while. We figured sacred ground always makes good sanctuary.
That's pretty damp, though.
It's still a work in progress, all right? We've managed to stay under the radar so far. With all of you, our people, I don't think you've got room to complain.
Hey, I'm not complaining. This place is great. You take care of your people like a good NCO.
They're their own people. We've no leaders here. Even so, I guess most people do look to me.
Probably what Uncle Sam saw in you, I'd bet. Where'd you serve?
26 Expeditionary. I was infantry in Liberia and the Balkans. UN support off the Somali coast.
NCO pension didn't suit you?
I got tired of fighting over oil. So when the good old US of A stopped pretending we had any other purpose, so did I. Served out the rest of my enlistment and decided to stay.
If I was you, I would have left the island when Skeltec moved in.
Skell wasn't so bad at the start.
Until he made killer drones and turned the island into an exclusion zone?
Obviously.
Yep. Technology can be a pain in the ass.
Yep.
You said Maria's your old lady?
I'd jump into fire for that woman.
You met here? On Aroa?
She moved here as a child. She was about 20 when we got together. Some people find me prickly, if you can believe that. But she saw right through me. I've been searching my whole life for someone like her. She's as responsible for our success as Rowan and me.
I'm sorry about those folks who died trying to make it to the Wasp.
Appreciate you saying so, I guess. I ain't left Aroa since I decided to stay. Most of us who were homesteading here, we made a point of cutting ourselves off from everything.
Small price to pay for paradise.
Once. But now we can't leave.
So you pay a higher price to take it back?
Maybe. But these people aren't warriors. Whatever survived, I get the feeling it wouldn't be the same. Aroa'd be ruined. Just another place where people died.
A lot of new faces around.
Yours included.
It's good of you. Sharing your food, patching us up, giving us a place to rest. I know it must be a strain.
Something on your mind?
I'm wondering, how long is this place gonna be a secret?
You think I haven't thought of that? Or what happens if one of these victims turns out to be a Sentinel soldier? I owe my people. I know that. I'll do whatever I have to protect them, first, last, and only if it comes to that.
I get it. But first you have to survive. How come you didn't mention the outcasts before?
Outcasts? They're just disgruntled Skeltech folks, having an attack of conscience. They mostly just make noise, loud protests and theatrics.
Haven't you got an enemy in common?
Whatever Skell does to the rest of the world's got nothing to do with us. And if the outcasts have something they want to atone for, that's their business. We were here before all of them, and we'll be here after.
Looks like the outcasts are just stupid protest kids with too much high explosive.
What are you talking about?
They never meant to kill anyone.
Is that supposed to be an excuse?
They're trying to make up for what they've done.
Good for them. But there's still plenty of hell to pay before they break even in my book.
They got people everywhere. You got people here. We need them. They'll get better.
I hope so.
It'd be a pretty island without all the military contractors and killer drones.
Used to be. I'd get some leave and just walk. I'd spend whole weeks just walking around with a pack on my shoulder.
Well, I'm probably getting my share of sightseeing.
These islands have changed hands so much, it's like a time capsule. I keep telling myself, one day, I'll get back out there, just see it all again before I'm too old to make the trip. Then again, who knows how far I'd get now.
So what happened here?
What didn't happen? Skeltech. It's utopia. This place was paradise before they showed up with their toys.
Come on. Digging in the dirt, worrying if you're gonna have a good crop, weathering hurricanes without any infrastructure, that's paradise?
It was ours. It meant something. These people came here and brought the devil with them.
People always bring the devil with them.
Those people out there, they brought a few extra and they can have them. We're gonna weather the storm here.
So you've got your people, but screw the rest of them.
I got enough people to think about.
So is living in a cave your idea of homesteading?
With Sentinel stomping through the wild, we needed someplace off-grid. Wasn't always like this, you know. Used to be better.
Yeah?
Sure. Even with Skell and everything. Won't say it was like we were swapping recipes and PTA carpooling, but we got along. There was respect. Things took a turn after the bombing, though.
Got bad, huh?
Started with the curfews and checkpoints. Sentinel soldiers beating people, snatching them up. It's like some kind of nightmare. We had to run. We ain't cut out to fight a war.
And the tighter Sentinel's grip got, the worse it got.
We're simple people. But we're living like vermin, and these soldiers are hunting us down. We hide here, and we make the best of it.
Yeah, I've seen this before. Too many times.
I'm sure you have.
Between Stone, Walker, and Paula Madeira, Jay Skell doesn't seem that good at keeping friends.
Nope.
I guess a rich guy like that, big tech boss, everybody must be wanting something from him.
Maybe. But if folks keep turning on you, sooner or later you gotta ask yourself what part you played.
Nah, he got used.
Dr. Madeira seems to feel like she's the one got used.
She's an engineer, so she's not a doctor.
Does that mean she's wrong?
I guess not. Did you hear? Jay Skell's been bleeding cash trying to cure the disease that Paula's husband got.
I don't get why that's a big deal.
Nobody's tried to cure it before because not enough people have it. Jace could spend millions on a cure and never see a profit.
Well, I guess he never did seem like a money-grubbing Scrooge.
I'll tell you, AI is running way too much out there.
When people started putting it all over their homes, that Internet of Things crap, that's when all doubt about homesteading left my mind.
We're 2 steps away from letting AI make all the big decisions.
Who do you think is making all them micro trades that move the stock market up and down? Who do you think decides if you get that home loan? Who analyzes all the population data that decides government policy?
You've thought about this.
Maybe you should think about it more. How much AI are you carrying onto the battlefield?
What is this World Seed Vault thing? Sounds like a bad theme for a state fair.
Just one more thing Skell does to show the world how amazing he is. You know it's ridiculous. He saves all these seeds like it's some kind of Noah's Ark, but he's the one destroying the environment.
Keep seeds? For what?
It's a gene bank, in case some crisis wipes out a species. But it's his technology that's wreaking havoc on the local plant life. He's gonna create the crisis.
Figures.
That man's a real piece of work.
I don't get how the drones aren't seeing you here.
Well, that's all Jericho. Set up special nets at the openings that hide us from the sensors. Cave walls, take care of the rest. It's a little smarter than I am, so I'll let you ask her if you need more technical details.
Yeah, thanks. You don't look like Skell-Tech employees.
No. I used to be a Marine at the naval station here. Some of the folks you see, like Maria, my old lady, they lived on the station with their families. When the Navy shut the place down in the 90s, a few of us stayed and homesteaded. We worked a long time to make a place for ourselves on Aroa.
And now, you're in Sentinel's way.
Most of my people are holing up here for now. I ain't been home in a dog's age, but I'll stand by any man or woman in green. You soldiers can stay as long as you don't cause trouble. And you lend a hand.
We appreciate it. I'll talk to you later.
See ya.
You ever see yourself doing this?
Take as long as you need.
ever think we'd end up here?
Let's get you set up with what you need.
You ready for this fight?